welcome you guys to another episode. I really just wanted to, there's no premise behind this video, I really just wanted to test out the DJI, that's kind of hard to say fast, DJI, the DJI Pocket 3, yeah, that's what it's called, that's the full name. I don't know why I thought there was more to it, but I wanted to test out the low light mode. So if I can flip the camera here, watch this, it's so cool. Look, it flips itself, how cool is that? It is a solid 3:17 a.m. right now, where, you know, the normal sleep schedule people are always awake at this time. It's completely normal. Oh, that looks so bright on camera. But I just wanted to test the low light feature. I just wanted to see what it looked like. So again, there's really no premise behind it. See that building over there, that super tall building? By the way, I tried zooming in earlier, I couldn't do it, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm pointing at it, that the top tip of that super tall building over there, that's Kowloon, and that building at the top tip, I'm saying tip a lot. The tip of that building, the top floors of that building, that is the Ritz-Carlton, Hong Kong. And I'm making a review over there, or well, I made it 6 months ago. I filmed everything, everything's done. It's just, I have not got around to editing it. I was supposed to, I had the whole summer to do it. Didn't do it. And then, whatchamacallit. And then school came around and I really couldn't do it because my school is completely whack. It is way too much work. So I'm hoping to get that done before spring semester starts. Because as soon as spring semester starts, I am not working on that video. It's over. And by that, I mean, and I'll probably have to wait until summer break again. And then I can start working on it, but then I'm probably not going to work on it, because then it's summer break. I didn't know there were that many lights in that building. I don't know what the lower floors of that building are for. I guess it's maybe business, but if it's business, I don't know why the lights are on. Because there's really no point for the lights to be on at night. I don't know. I really just wanted to see how the low light feature would work. It's also on, I can't speak. It's way too late. It's also on 30 FPS right now, and the reason it's on 30 is so it can maximize the shutter length. Hold on, it's the right term for it. So it can maximize how much time of light is coming into the lens. Does that make any sense at all? It's whatever. It's close enough, but it looks pretty good so far. The reason I'm testing it is because I've never really liked the Pocket 3. I'm not really a fan of this. I love DJI products, but the Pocket 3 isn't really one of them, or isn't on the top of my list. And the reason I wanted to test it today was because, oh, what is going on? Dude, there's some laser action going on. Can we get a better view of it? If I go over here. What is going on out of that building? Some crazy stuff going on in that building. And now it's straight. Now it's just a whole. Okay, well now it's dispersed again, and now it's just gone. Okay, that's fine too. Interesting. I don't know what building that is. I have to probably look it up after this. Or what if I just look it up now? I can. Oh, that's the nice thing with the Pocket. I can. Oh, okay. The beams are back. They're back. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what they're doing. So maybe they're just having a really good time shooting lights in the sky at 3 a.m. Okay then, I'm not gonna question it. It is kind of interesting to see the contrast though between Kowloon and Hong Kong Island. I guess, well, you guys won't really know because the Ritz-Carlton video isn't out yet. But looking, or the view from Kowloon, from the top of Kowloon, and when you're looking at Hong Kong Island, it is a lot more vibrant than looking from Hong Kong Island over to Kowloon, which I guess Kowloon is a little bit, I wouldn't say dead, but it's not as bustly. I don't know what the right word for it is, but I was gonna say, the reason I'm testing the night mode is because I came across a video. You know those Japanese videos, the Japanese creators, where all they do is either they film themselves or they film something else, but they don't actually talk into it. All they do is it's all captions. All of it is captions. So there's no talking. It's just a Japanese guy in his car recording a video of him driving around in the snow, and it was nighttime, and it was snowing, and the video looked so good. So I was wondering, damn, what camera is this guy using? This guy's probably using some really crazy fancy camera. It costs $1 million with some crazy sensor that can capture all that light. But no, I went down to the description and it said, oh, DJI Pocket 3. And I said, hey, I have that. Or by that I mean, hey, My dad has that, so the lights are, they're shooting again. They're shooting the friggin' laser beams once again. What if I point the camera this way? Well, that does capture a lot of light. That's crazy. Or I guess I can't really tell because I'm looking at a tiny little camera on the Pocket 3. So, admittedly, I can't really tell how good it's gonna look when I actually edit, or I don't even know if I'm really gonna edit this video. Maybe cut a few clips here and there. But I don't know how it's gonna look then. Let's walk through here first. Let's see how this area of the city works. Not works, looks. Can't even speak. It's way too early. I guess I could never speak though. I think you can tell. Coherent speaking is not one of my specialties. Though I did test out of my oral speech class at my school, which saves me quite a bit of time with credit, because I did not want to take that class. But what I did was, they gave us a whole month to prep for that speech. And I chose the 6 hours before the actual speech, before the actual examination, to do it. And it worked. And I am so proud of myself. Shouldn't be, but it worked. So what can you say? Did it 6 hours. I just prepped everything 6 hours before the speech. I think it was 12 o'clock. The speech was at 6. So it was literally 6 hours on the dot. And it worked out perfectly. I just talked about stuff. I wrote down a little speech, went through it in my head, and then just started yapping. And it worked perfectly. It works like that for AP Lang and AP Lit too. Even though during those exams, you really have no idea what's going on. It's just a bunch of stuff. They give you some prompts to read, and they have you write a little essay. What I've learned is the worse your essay, or the less you care about it, and the more you just yap. The more you just write as much as you physically can, even if none of it makes sense. And the more you say, oh, this connects to the symbolism, or this connects to the theme, the more you do that, the higher your points are. In both the class and the exam. I don't know why. I guess they really just don't know what they're... I'm gasping a lot. I don't know if that's going to come off on the speaker. I guess I am out of shape. I haven't run in a while. I promised myself that I'm going to start running this spring semester. I don't think it's going to happen. But, I mean, it's not a New Year's resolution. I'm not going to say, oh, it's a New Year's resolution. It's something I'm going to start doing. I'm not doing that, but probably should start running before I get a heart attack. See, I can't even speak. That's how you... Or maybe I'm just speaking too fast for my mouth muscles to be able to move at that speed. So if I speak slower, then maybe it can sound clearer and more coherent all the way through. But then it just sounds too slow. And then, well, no one wants to listen to someone who talks that slowly. It is cool how much it can capture. Actually, I haven't even been looking at the video. So if everything's been completely out of frame, whoops. I'll start looking now. I will say it looks very smooth, at least in this little box window that I can see. And it is currently 3:26 a.m. I want to go over to somewhere that I've been to earlier today. And what I've learned about Hong Kong, our lovely special administrative region, is that it's not really... I guess it doesn't look that way right now because it's, you know, the dead of night, 3 a.m., no one's out. But during the day, walking around on these streets, on the actual level streets, is an absolute nightmare. Because there's so many cars, and this area, the street level at least, is very car-centric. I need that to turn green. It's not turning green. It's gonna take a while. But the street level, actually, hold on, I can flip to my face. It's, oh, look how personal we're talking. I'm a proper vlogger now. It's so cool. Look at this. I can see myself in the camera. See, that's rare. Because normally when I'm doing this on my phone, I have a whole system. I have this thing from Amazon, from this dropshipper from China, and it connects to my iPhone through Bluetooth. And then I have to look at that screen, and it's a separate device. It's like a little phone, a little tablet. and I connect to that, and it's completely separate of my phone, and there's a MagSafe thing that if I want to stick it to my phone, I can. But with this, I can just look at the screen. And again, the reason I don't use the Pocket 3 normally is just because it doesn't look, well, I'm gonna flip back because I feel like it's probably better to see the walking. It's, oh, I forgot to mention, that's the Renaissance. And that Renaissance, I went in there today. Absolutely beautiful. It's just kind of a crazy shot, because normally in the US, the Renaissance would be, I don't know, at the level of a, let's say, Holiday Inn or a Residence Inn or a Home 2, all those hotels. But here, how do I cross the street? Oh, here it is. But here, it's a 5-star accommodation, and so are the Holiday Inns and the Residence Inns. Residence Inns, plural Residence Inn. So are those here. Everything in Asia, all 5 stars, and they are very nice. I think it's pretty much impossible to come across anything 4-star or below, because, well, unless it's an old hotel. I've seen some of those old hotels. I think for instance, the Regal Airport Hotel. I think now they just call it the Regal or Regal. I don't know how you say it, but it's in Kai Tak, which was the original airport for Hong Kong, and that was its airport hotel. It's still around. It's one of the only few hotels still around. God damn, that's loud. It's still around. And the reason I say it's still around is because, or I guess the reason I'm talking about it all, I completely lost track of what I was saying. By the way, this intersection is always kind of sketchy to cross, because notice how there's no pedestrian marker, and that's what I mean by crossing the street levels here. Everywhere in Hong Kong is absolutely a nightmare. So you see there's bridge systems everywhere, and that's how people get around. See, bridge over there, and there's way more bridges throughout the city. That's how people get around here. But it's not really mapped out. I think I can cross right now, pretty much. I'm gonna yellow it. So this is my hotel, the St. Regis. It's a hidden gem, and I'm making a review on that because I don't think it's that popular of a hotel, especially compared to the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, and I guess that's popular because it's one of the tallest hotels in the world. But this one, quite a shocker. I did not expect it to be like this. And the interior design, it all looks like the Silicon Valley, Sam Altman, OpenAI videos, where you see it, and it's all the really nice wood finishings. I don't know if my voice can penetrate the cars. I sounded just like a New Yorker there. I turned off the noise reduction, or the wind noise reduction. What is going on in there? Are they getting their food shipped in? I think they might be. Interesting. So I guess this is what happens at 3:30 in the morning in Hong Kong. Or at least from the hotel side. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get upstairs over to the bridge system. I don't even know if it... Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm going the right way. I would never doubt myself. And this is the entrance to the hotel. I didn't know the backside of that open. It's kind of cool. Wait, I am going the wrong way. No, I'm going the right way. I am definitely going the right way. I got this. Oh, that's scary. Getting out of here. You're so getting out of here. But let me try filming a dark courtyard like this, because I want to see how well the low light performs in something this dark. And the answer is really well. Wow. You have no idea how dark all of this is in person right now, and it captures it perfectly on camera. That's so cool. I need to use this more often for low light. I mean, so far, at least on the small little camera here. Of course, it's not a perfect reflection because it's not a full screen, but based on what I'm seeing right now, it's doing pretty damn well. Oh, the escalators are still on. I thought they usually turn it off. at some point in time, but I guess not here. It's very wet up here. I'm guessing they might have just pressure washed everything just now. That's my best guess. So how did I get over to the other place? I think I had to cross over here. And this is what I'm talking about with the whole bridge system thing, because it's not on Google Maps. And well, Google Maps doesn't really work well here anyway, because the sky-rise buildings are so tall that GPS systems just can't. They just don't work. It's nice to see how the city looks like at night with no one around. It's very decently safe too. If I can... Where did I go from here? I think I went down here. Or maybe I went over there. Huh. No, I went over here. So this is a very confusing point. But there's a way to cross the road from this. Which is, you're supposed to go over here through this not so nice looking bridge, and I think you go down here. I have to remember, I should probably be looking at the screen when I'm filming, or everything's going to be off center. Assuming I didn't mess up that much yet. I am still amazed by how good this low light mode is. It's a mode, by the way. There's a specific setting that says low light, and it is working really well so far. The stability is looking pretty good too. I'll give that to the iPhone though. iPhone stability for what it is, there's no fancy gimbal or anything. It is absolutely amazing, and I think that's also one of the reasons I chose an iPhone over this for most of my recording. Oh, here we go. Okay, did come to the right place. I think that's the other reason I chose an iPhone over this, is because it's so stable. That I think it did beat the DJI Pocket 3 when I compare them side by side, and it also beat my actual camera gimbal, where I had an actual camera, a proper camera, and a separate gimbal that I attached the camera to. Well, this is kind of odd. Can I go in the building right now, or is it fully closed? Let's see. I think this is one of the problems with the bridge system, is when you're trying to get around at night at this hour, if the buildings are closed, then you can't really use the bridge system, because the bridge system it's open. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I'm allowed in though. Oh, why not? It's the worst that could happen. When it's so good, the room it's so dark in here, and the low light is still so good. It's amazing. Interesting. Now the question is, can I get out? Why is there no door through here? Oh, I guess it's inside. That's why. I wonder if this area is open. If anything of this suddenly closes on me, which it can, then we're kind of screwed. So the station's closed, obviously. At least the bridge system over here is still open. And this is, I think, the main road pretty much is down. Hong Kong Island. If I can, let me tilt the gimbal the right way. At least, I'm saying, I know I'm saying this over and over, but this low light looks amazing. At least on this tiny little camera. I don't know how it looks like on an actual screen yet, but so far, damn, it's seeing things better than I can see them in person. As in, my eyes cannot see as much as this Pocket 3 is capturing, which is really cool. And again, I turned off the wind reduction. I know I mentioned this earlier. I don't think I finished my thought, but I turned off the wind noise reduction because often it ruins audio quality. And if I really wanted to do some reduction, I'd probably just do it in post with Premiere Pro's AI voice noise canceling filtering thing that makes it sound like a super nice podcast camera. Not camera, microphone. So there's a McDonald's here, right over there. And to the right is a sex shop. We'd love to see it. Yeah, okay, that's in camera. I just wanted to make sure I captured that in camera because it's the most important part. I have to wonder, is this a 24/7 McDonald's? Let's go check it out. I don't think it is, but I do want to see. It might be. I mean, all the lights are open. No, it's definitely not 24/7. I think they're... Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, it is 24/7, isn't it? Yo, I want to check my phone right now. I want to see. I think it might be 24/7. No, see, it says it's closed, but I don't know if that's true just based on the fact that I can open the door. I think there's people in there. Or maybe they're preparing this early. No, I don't think so. They shouldn't need 3 hours beforehand to prepare for a 6 a.m. opening. Oh, look at that. That restaurant's still open. By the way, I would zoom into it, but I tried zooming earlier and it did not work. And I don't intend on breaking a setting again. There's no way. They're serving stuff this late. And it's a lot of food, too. Damn. It's kind of cool. I forgot where this bridge led. I'm just gonna keep walking until it leads me somewhere. Or actually, I don't think I ever walked past this point, even. Or maybe I did at one point. To get over to a central mall area. But I don't know how to get back over there. I don't know if I want to wander too far because then I'll get lost. And then, well, that's not good. I have to call the hotel to come rescue me because, well, actually, I guess the Uber app here works. So I'm not totally screwed. But it would just be annoying. How much battery do we have left? I want to press the battery button. 69% on the dot. Yo! I'll leave that. Oh, someone's here. I should probably get out of here before someone thinks I'm crazy. Okay, I remember how to get back now. Came here before. I'm pretty amazed with how good the low light is. Because you have no idea how dark it is in person right now. And it's doing perfectly. I can see more through the camera than I can through my own eyes. Okay, we're in the right place. I remember I crossed this road and then make a right. Is there a button on this one? Or is it fully automatic? It's fully automatic. Okay, we'll wait. We have ourselves a Circle K. Where's the 7-Eleven? I don't even know where it is. The area, I think it's just a left turn away from here somewhere. Is it here? No. Is it more up ahead? I think it is. There's no way. I don't know how they made the low light so good. It's insane how amazing the low light is, but how kind of cooked the normal daylight shooting is. There we go, now we're here. This is the place I was talking about. It's this little mall in the middle of all of these apartment buildings, just in the middle of nowhere. They just plopped it here. It's in kind of the most cooked street you could find. And then just suddenly there's this really fancy mall out of nowhere. And still the low light looks so good. It's insane. Let's take a little stroll through here. I'm guessing that's an apartment building. So, during the day, or I think it was 7 p.m. when we last came here, this place is absolutely packed with people. And very loud Christmas music that played every, I think, 15 or 30 minutes. I don't know why they were playing it. It was after Christmas. But this is the area where they were playing it. And it can capture this so well. So you have no idea, there's no light here. In person, there is no light here in this entire area right here. And it's just capturing it so. What if I, hold on, let me see how it's capturing myself. If I were to flip this camera, oh god, that's the focus feature. Hold on. It can capture me pretty well. If I go into the dark area, let's see. And it's doing just fine. It's very cool. Turning that back. But all of this is, I have no idea. I barely can see what's going on there. And it's just so vibrant on camera. You can see well, I gotta say, it probably pumped up the ISO quite a bit too. But at least on the little, I can see a little bit of grainy action. But it's not, or noise, if you want to call it that. It's not really grain. Film grain is usually regarded as a better thing. Noise is just, doesn't look that great. But it just all looks so good on camera. Wow. I actually haven't walked this far yet. I just know that around this corner, if you take a right, just basically right at the corner, and then you go over here, that is a 7-Eleven. By the way, it's about 3:46 a.m. right now, so I should probably head back soon. But I do want to film as much as I can just to get a really good feel for this low light test. There's a lot of entrances to this apartment building. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's a big area. Oh, this area looks nice. I don't know how big this mall actually is. I just didn't know. Oh, there's a Porsche store. There's a Tesla shop. I didn't even, oh, it's right here. Did not know they had a Tesla dealership right over here. That's cool. And they're still on too. Interesting. Oh, this is the 7-Eleven I was talking about. Right there. Is it coming on camera? Sort of. I think it's overexposed, but that little sign right there, that's the 7-Eleven. Cool. Well, I don't really know any other place. I think I'm gonna head back now, because otherwise I'm actually gonna get lost. And getting lost here is not so ideal, again, just with the whole GPS situation. With how tall the sky rises around here are. It just doesn't work at all. There we go, now the 7-Eleven sign's coming through. Wait, the 7-Eleven's closed? What? I thought they were all 24/7. Oh no, it's over here. I was gonna say. It's not the 7-Eleven. Yeah, see, no, it is open. Yeah. Makes a lot more sense. And this is another entrance to the mall. But we're not going that way. Wait, hold on. I'm tripping. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I'm gonna go through the mall, so at least I know where I'm going. Oh yeah, that looks really exposed on camera. It looks pretty bright in person too, which makes sense. There's a wine library. I don't really have much else to talk about. I think I've drained all my stories. I will say though, I don't know why, but I'm guessing it's just some kind of international law. the McDonald's app does not work in Hong Kong. I'm guessing they probably have their own app, but the regular US one does not work here. I mean, I guess it doesn't say US, which is why I didn't really think it was the original US one. I just thought it was the McDonald's app and it should work everywhere, but apparently not. Passing the sex shop once again. I think that's a good place to call it. So it turns out that's actually not the place that I'm going to call it, because this was the United flight back from Taipei. I actually went to Taipei after this. Hong Kong was just a little mid-sub. Well, we did about, I think, 4 nights in Hong Kong and 4 nights in Taipei. We kind of split it. So this is the United flight back to SFO from Taipei. And I really just wanted to test the low light here. Again, obviously you can see a little bit of a reflection of some of the cabin lights in the window, because I'm pointing the Pocket 3 at the window, so you're going to see some reflection. And there's also the little blurry dots that you can see flying past the screen. That's not an artifact, that is rain. We were landing in quite some rainy weather that morning. This was about 5:30 in the morning, I think. And I kid you not, we arrived, we had a monster tailwind on the way over. So we arrived an hour early. An hour. Not 30 minutes. An hour. Which is insane to me. I don't think I've ever arrived an hour early ahead of schedule ever. Especially on a United flight. You'd expect United to be on average at least, at minimum, 2 hours late. But no. We arrived an hour ahead of schedule, and that was pretty cool. I checked the monitor during the flight. We topped out at 700 miles per hour. That is just barely under Mach 1, which I thought was it was pretty insane to me. I didn't even realize the tailwind could be that strong going across the Pacific Ocean, but I guess the stream was favoring us today, even though we got, I guess as a result, we had an hour of pretty much just straight turbulence, and I was trying to go use the bathroom, and that was not happening during that hour. You had no idea. It was fine, but it's cool to see just how good the low light is performing. You can even see the the Sanford. I mean, I'm looking at I'm doing this voiceover, yes, but I'm looking at the footage that you guys are looking at right now on the spot. And we can see just the light from the San Francisco urban setting shine into the clouds, which is symbolic. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do a symbolism analysis. I hate AP Lit so much. I hated that class and the exam. I hated all of AP Lit. I hate reading, but it's pretty cool to see just how amazing this low light is, this low light functionality. And I'm looking back at a lot of the Premiere Pro footage right now as I'm editing this. I don't really know how it truly looks, because I have it all, of course, on 1/4 of the actual quality of the real video. It's not even full screen because I'm editing it in Premiere Pro, so it's a tiny little window. But based on what I'm seeing right now, based on what I saw in person through the tiny little DJI Pocket 3 window, it looks pretty damn good. So I'm pretty impressed. I did not expect it to perform that good, even for I don't know how the sensor is like. I barely know anything about sensors. I'm talking the shutter speed, the sensors. I guess I know what shutter speed is. I know what aperture is, but I barely know anything about sensors. But what I somewhat know is that the sensor size is very significant when it comes to being able to capture low light settings. And I don't know how big the sensor on the DJI Pocket 3 actually is. I would guess pretty small, but I could be wrong, and I am not bothered to look it up. But damn, I guess I'm guessing there's a lot of software processing behind the scenes, other than limiting things to 30 FPS to make it so they have a longer shutter speed. Other than that, it's clear that there's got to be some processing going on to get rid of all of that noise, which is insane, because the iPhone cannot do this. I've tried this before with an iPhone multiple times. It is so noisy, and by noise I mean video noise. Some people call it grain. I don't like to call it grain, because grain is more associated with film grain, and film grain is a beautiful thing. People love film grain for the most part, because it's a nice little imperfection, and I guess we don't really like perfect video that much. We like a little bit of imperfection, so the film grain just icing on the cake. But noise people do not like. It just destroys video quality. But it is amazing, because I can't stress how amazing this footage looks, especially for a camera this small. It's not I guess you could say it's a professional camera. I know a lot of professionals like it. I don't, to be honest, not for daylight filming, but dude, for nighttime filming, I might need to start maining the Pocket 3. It's insane how much light this thing's able to capture. This tiny little thing, it's nothing big, nothing heavy. I thought, you know, for something this fancy, you need a really fancy $10,000 camera, this massive camera. Apparently not. It's the DJI Pocket 3 can do it. And we're coming into San Francisco right now, or the video is. That's touchdown in rainy San Francisco. By the way, we arrived so early that customs wasn't even open yet. They opened at 6 sharp, so we kind of just had to wait in the plane for about. It wasn't that bad. It was 7 minutes, but I just want to stress how early we arrived because I still think it's pretty cool.
Good morning today, folks. It is approximately 5:42. Please stay comfortably seated.
旧金山国际机场是我们今天进入美国的第一个目的地，请您往右边出去。有需要转机的旅客，请您往左边出门。将行李交给地面工作人员，他们将会为您重新办理托运手续，也请务必在